Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into the world of MBTI personalities and focusing on the insightful and compassionate INFJs. Whether you are an INFJ yourself or you know someone who is, this video is for you. Let's explore what makes INFJs unique and how to embrace their wonderful qualities. What do the letters mean? INFJ stands for introversion, intuition, feeling, and judging. Introversion. INFJs are energized by spending time alone or with a small group of close friends and often focus their attention inward. Intuition. They prefer to look at the big picture and are more interested in future possibilities than present realities. Feeling. INFJs make decisions based on their values and how their actions will affect others emotionally. Judging. They like structure and prefer to have things planned and organized. Characteristics. INFJs are often described as insightful, empathetic, and driven by a deep sense of purpose. They are natural counselors who excel at understanding people's motivations and emotions, often seeing beyond the surface. Dominant and auxiliary functions. Dominant function. Introverted intuition. This means INFJs have a strong ability to see patterns and connections that others might miss. They use this insight to anticipate future possibilities and understand complex systems. Auxiliary function. Extraverted feeling. INFJs are deeply concerned with the harmony and well-being of their social environment. They excel at reading the emotional needs of others and often prioritize group harmony over their own needs. How others see INFJs and how they see themselves. Others often see INFJs as wise, supportive, and inspiring. They are the ones who offer deep insights and are always ready to lend a listening ear. On the flip side, INFJs might view themselves as constantly striving to understand and help others, sometimes to the point of neglecting their own needs. Story example. Meet my friend Emily, a true INFJ at heart. Emily has always had a profound empathy for others and a keen ability to understand their emotions. Last summer, Emily volunteered at a local nursing home where she formed deep connections with the elderly residents. One resident in particular, Mrs. Johnson, rarely spoke to anyone and seemed withdrawn. Emily noticed this and took the time to sit with Mrs. Johnson during quiet moments. She patiently listened to her stories about her youth, her joys, and her regrets. Over time, Mrs. Johnson began opening up, sharing memories that she had kept buried for years. Emily didn't just listen. She brought Mrs. Johnson books to read and even organized a small gardening project in the nursing home courtyard, knowing how much Mrs. Johnson loved gardening in her younger years. The transformation was remarkable. Mrs. Johnson started smiling more, eagerly anticipating Emily's visits, and even joined in conversations during group activities. While everyone admired Emily's dedication and ability to connect with Mrs. Johnson, few saw the emotional toll it took on her. Emily often spent her evenings reflecting on the residents' lives and worrying about their well-being. She struggled with the weight of their stories and felt a deep responsibility to bring them comfort and joy. One evening, after an especially emotional day at the nursing home, Emily confided in me about her fears of not doing enough for Mrs. Johnson and the other residents. She expressed guilt for taking time for herself, feeling torn between her desire to help others and her need for personal rejuvenation. This inner conflict is a familiar one for INFJs like Emily, who pour their hearts into making a difference while grappling with their own emotional boundaries. This story illustrates how INFJs like Emily not only empathize deeply with others but also take meaningful action to improve their lives. It highlights their ability to see beyond the surface and connect on a profound level, making a lasting impact through empathy and compassion. Flow state and development opportunities. INFJs enter a flow state when they are making a positive impact on others and working towards a vision of a better future. They thrive in roles that allow them to counsel and inspire, like therapists, teachers, or social workers. To grow, INFJs should focus on balancing their attention between others' needs and their own, ensuring they don't burn out from overextending themselves. How to interact with INFJs. When interacting with INFJs, it's important to appreciate their deep insights and acknowledge their contributions. They value meaningful connections and thrive on positive feedback. Be genuine and supportive, and understand that they sometimes need help setting boundaries so they don't take on too much. Advice for INFJs. If you're an INFJ, remember that it's okay to set boundaries. Your desire to understand and help everyone can sometimes lead to overwhelm, so make sure to prioritize self-care. Trust your intuition, but don't forget to check in with yourself regularly to ensure you're not neglecting your own needs. Your ability to counsel and inspire is powerful, but you don't have to do it all alone. That's a wrap on our INFJ deep dive. Remember, understanding your personality type is a journey, and there's always more to learn. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. See you next time.